Hello, this is Angira Gaurav Purohit, Department of Pharmaceutics, PE Societies, Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigdi, Pune 44. In this presentation, we'll see quick review of prebiotics and probiotics. Probiotics are live microorganisms which are given for the health of the person. Prebiotics are non-digestible food ingredients that stimulates common microbial flora of the colon. And synbiotics are a combination of probiotics and prebiotics for the health benefits. Probiotics should be non-pathogenic, non-toxic, capable of surviving in the gut, and should contain large number of viable cells. Prebiotics should neither be hydrolyzed nor be absorbed in the upper part of the gastrointestinal tract. The synbiotic will have capabilities of probiotics and prebiotics, and it increases the survival of probiotics. Probiotics should confer various health advantages like improved digestion, anti-cancer effect, lactose intolerance improvement, and various other nutritional benefits. Prebiotics should be able, as a consequence, to alter the colonic microflora towards the healthier composition. Synbiotics show synergistic effect of prebiotics and probiotics. Here we'll see various types of prebiotics, their origin, how they act upon microbes, and its effect. So, oligosaccharides obtained from onion, garlic, chicory, burdock, and other sources. Okay, it stimulates bifidobacterium species. It increases bifidobacterium, suppresses putrefactive bacteria, and prevents constipation and diarrhea. Fructooligosaccharides, it is obtained from the same sources as that of oligosaccharides. It stimulates bifidobacterium species Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus casei, Lactobacillus plantarum, and its effect is growth of bifidobacteria and acid promotion. Fructans, ash-free white powder from tubers of Jerusalem artichoke. It stimulates bifidobacterium species and results into growth of it. Human kappa casein and derived glycoemacropeptide, human milk, bifidobacterium growth, stachyocin and rafin, casein, lactitol and lactulose all result in bifidobacterium species growth and promotion. Now, prebiotics are the fibers which are not generally digested by the human gut. Here is a little difference between fibers and prebiotics. Fibers are non-digested material by the human gut, but they get utilized by the microorganism present in the colon of human gut. They are naturally present in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes. The recommended dietary allowance is 28 to 35 gram per day and can be soluble or insoluble type. Whereas prebiotics are non-digested by human but acted upon by gut microbes. They are naturally present in food material obtained from plant sources or can be synthesized from sugars. There is no recommended dietary allowance, and many current prebiotics are a type of soluble dietary fibers. Following is the example of insoluble dietary fiber is cellulose. Soluble is psyllium husk fiber. Fibers which are prebiotics are inulin, fructooligosaccharides and galactooligosaccharides, whereas non-fiber prebiotics are lactulose, polyphenolics and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Now probiotics are the live viable cells which are given as a supplement. Before that, our gut contains variety of microflora and they are classified into good bacteria and bad bacteria. Good bacteria is Bifidobacterium. The various strains help to regulate levels of other bacteria in the gut, modulate immune response, prevent invasion of pathogens, prevent tumor formation and produce vitamins. Lactobacilli, they help production of vitamins and nutrients and boost immunity and protect against cancer. E. coli, several types are present. They are involved in production of K2, which is essential for clotting of blood. They help keep bad bacteria away, and but some strain may cause disease, whereas bad bacteria are Campylobacter. It is associated with human disease, cause infection and occurs through contaminated food. Enterococcus faeces, a common cause of post-surgical infection, and Clostridium difficile, most harmful following of antibiotics when it is able to proliferate. It is essential to know that all good and bad bacteria have some role in our gut. So there is a need to keep a proper balance between good and bad bacteria. This slide shows the health benefits of probiotics. So probiotic causes normalized intestinal microbacterium composition. So it controls irritable bowel syndrome, controls inflammatory bowel disease, it controls colonization and resistance of bad bacteria. It causes suppression of exogenous pathogens and the supply of SCFA and vitamins to the colonic epithelium and reduces risk of factors causing cancer. Another role is it modulates immunity by balancing immune responses and thus controls inflammatory bowel disease. It prevents food allergy symptoms in infants. It strengthens innate immunity. Another role is it gives improved metabolic effects. So it causes bile salt deconjugation and secretion, and thus it causes lowering of serum cholesterol. Lactose hydrolysis will help improve the lactose intolerance. The lower level of toxigenic mutagenic reactions in the gut, and thus it also helps reduction in the factors that causes colonic cancer. The probiotics are generally used for colonization, resistance of bad bacteria, acid and SCFA production, regulation of intestinal transit, normalization of perturbed microbacterium. increased turnover of enterocytes, and competitive exclusion of pathogens. It is also used to cause vitamin synthesis, direct antagonism, gut bacteria reinforcement, bile salt metabolism, enzymatic activity, and carcinogen neutralization. The advanced use of probiotics are to have neurological health, immunological balance, endocrinological effects, and production of specific bioactive material. Here is an introduction of FODMAP. FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. The fermentable is the material which is being degraded by the bacteria in large intestine. Oligosaccharides like fructans and galacto-oligosaccharides, disaccharides, lactose, monosaccharides, fructose and glucose, and polyols like sorbitol, mannitol, xylitol, etc. for the food and diet. The FODMAP diet is a classification of food that contains short chain carbohydrates. The FODMAP food acts as insoluble dietary fiber and promotes growth of healthy gut bacteria. FODMAPs are essential for normal body function and triggers intestinal discomfort in disorders such as IBS. A systematic diet that helps identify the trigger food material. Adults with IBS benefits from low FODMAP diet. The restrictions are cut down all the FODMAP food, then reintroduce them and personalize the food which cause the benefits. Thank you.